Forgotten Kingdom of Samara. Part 1. The Lost Scroll. The year was 1889, and London was abuzz with scientific advancements and archaeological discoveries. Eleanor Hart, a determined young historian, wandered through the bustling corridors of an antiquities market. Among the artifacts, her eyes fell upon a crumbling scroll bearing strange symbols and a peculiar emblem, a crescent moon cradling a star. The vendor claimed it was a relic from a forgotten era, but most scholars dismissed it as a forgery. However, Eleanor felt an inexplicable connection to it. She spent weeks deciphering the faded script, uncovering cryptic references to a lost kingdom called Samara. The scroll hinted at unparalleled knowledge and power buried within its ruins, long forgotten after a catastrophic event. Determined to validate her discovery, Eleanor began scouring archives, speaking with explorers, and piecing together fragments of Samara's story. The kingdom, it seemed, had been erased from maps and history, leaving behind whispers of a golden civilization hidden deep within the Eastern Highlands. Little did Eleanor know, her pursuit of knowledge would thrust her into a dangerous adventure, where truths and myths intertwined. Part 2. Gathering the team, Eleanor's obsession with Samara grew, but she knew she couldn't embark on this perilous journey alone. She recruited 3 experts to join her expedition: Thomas Grayson, a rugged former soldier with a thirst for exploration and combat skills; Dr. Ahmed Farouk, an Egyptian archaeologist renowned for deciphering ancient languages; Amelia Carter, a brilliant engineer who specialized in creating tools for harsh environments. Their preparation was meticulous. Amelia designed climbing gear and lanterns powered by experimental batteries. Dr. Farouk studied ancient maps, while Thomas procured weapons for protection. The scroll mentioned dangers lurking near Samara, and the team wanted to be ready for anything. The group set sail for the Eastern Highlands in early spring, ready to face nature's wrath and the unknown secrets of Samara. Part 3. The Journey to the Highlands. The voyage was grueling. After weeks of sea travel, the team disembarked in a remote port town at the edge of the Eastern Highlands. Here they hired local guides who spoke of the Kingdom of Shadows, warning them not to disturb the cursed land. The path to Samara was treacherous, marked by narrow mountain trails, freezing winds, and avalanches. Along the way, the team encountered eerie signs: ancient carvings on rocks, broken statues of robed figures, and unmarked graves. Their journey was interrupted by a fierce storm that forced them to take shelter in a cave. Inside, they discovered a series of ancient paintings depicting a civilization thriving under the crescent moon emblem. But as the paintings progressed, the images grew darker, showing firestorms, crumbling cities, and figures fleeing into the shadows. The warnings were clear, but Eleanor pressed on, driven by her belief that the knowledge of Samara could change the world. Part 4. The Gateway to Samara. After weeks of struggle, the team finally reached the location described in the scroll. A towering cliff with a massive stone door carved into its face. The crescent moon emblem was etched into the rock, glowing faintly under the setting sun. Amelia examined the door's intricate mechanisms, realizing it was a puzzle designed to keep intruders out. After hours of trial and error, the door creaked open, revealing a dark tunnel descending into the earth. The air inside was cold and heavy, and the walls were adorned with carvings of celestial bodies and alchemical symbols. As they ventured deeper, they felt as though the labyrinth was alive, watching their every move. Their discovery had only just begun. Part 5. The Labyrinth. The labyrinth was a masterpiece of engineering and artistry. Vast chambers housed statues of scholars, libraries with crumbling manuscripts, and machinery powered by unknown energy. But it wasn't just a monument to knowledge, it was a series of trials. In one chamber, the team had to solve a riddle to disarm deadly traps. Another required deciphering constellations to unlock a hidden passage. As they progressed, they began to notice the labyrinth adapting, closing off paths they had used and opening new ones. Tensions rose as exhaustion set in. Eleanor's team began to question whether the knowledge of Samara was worth the risk, but her determination was unshaken. Part 6. The Crystal Chamber. At the heart of the labyrinth, they discovered the crystal chamber. In its center floated a glowing orb, suspended in a column of light. Surrounding the orb were inscriptions that spoke of the kingdom's ultimate achievement, harnessing the energy of the stars. Dr. Farouk translated the warnings etched into the walls. The orb was both a source of unparalleled power and a catalyst for Samara's destruction. The kingdom's leaders had become consumed by greed, triggering a firestorm that annihilated their civilization. The group was divided. Eleanor wanted to study the orb, believing it held the key to understanding Samara. Thomas saw it as a treasure to be exploited, while Amelia and Farouk were hesitant to disturb it at all. Part 7. Betrayal tensions reached a breaking point when Thomas attempted to take the orb by force, triggering the labyrinth's defense mechanisms. Walls shifted, ceilings collapsed, and deadly traps activated. The team was now in a fight for their lives. Thomas's greed led to his downfall as he was caught in a collapsing tunnel. The others barely escaped, carrying only fragments of the knowledge they had uncovered. Eleanor was devastated but knew they couldn't stay any longer. The labyrinth seemed to be expelling them, as if protecting its secrets. Part 8. The Escape. The remaining team navigated the labyrinth's shifting corridors, relying on Amelia's ingenuity and Farouk's knowledge of ancient symbols. They encountered visions, apparitions of Samara scholars warning them to leave the secrets of the kingdom undisturbed. After hours of peril, they emerged into the open air, battered but alive. The stone door sealed itself behind them, as if ensuring no one else could enter. Part 9. The Return to London. Back in London, Eleanor shared her findings with the academic community, but most dismissed her accounts as fiction. Without tangible proof, the story of Samara became another legend. Dr. Farouk returned to Egypt, haunted by the knowledge they had uncovered. Amelia continued her engineering work, though she kept a shard of glowing crystal as a reminder of their journey. Eleanor, however, refused to let the story end there. She dedicated her life to uncovering more about Samara, convinced its secrets were too important to remain hidden. Part 10. The Legacy of Samara. Years later, Eleanor received a package containing a piece of parchment with a crescent moon emblem and a single line. The gates will open again. Samara's mysteries had not been fully unraveled, and the Forgotten Kingdom's legacy lived on in whispers and shadows. Eleanor realized that her journey was only the beginning, and that the world had yet to face the true power of Samara. Would humanity learn from the kingdom's downfall or repeat its mistakes? Only time would tell.